I.S.U.P.K.
We want no cowards in our camp, in our camp. Only men prepare to die. We want no cowards in our camp, in our camp. Never let their brothers die. We want no cowards in our camp, in our camp. Only men prepare to die.
God's word. So to have the understanding of what God is talking about, we have to get the understanding from him.
That's right.
So now we know what God says is holy. Holy is set apart. Now let's go back to Deuteronomy 7:6. Now that we know what holy means according to God, right? Now we can get understanding. Go ahead.
The book of Deuteronomy chapter 7 verse 6. For thou art an holy people.
Now he said, thou art a holy people, meaning a severed people from all the other people. You understand? Now we know what God is talking about. He said, thou art a holy people, meaning set apart. Go ahead.
For thou art an holy people unto the Lord thy God.
There you go. So now you get understanding, because now you know what God means when he says holy. He says you are a holy people, meaning set apart unto himself, right? Like I have my family, right? They are set apart unto me, right? They are holy unto me. Go ahead.
The Lord thy God have chosen thee.
He did what?
Chosen thee.
The Lord thy God has chosen you, man. Right. Chosen you. Now, I know what your silly little Christian pastor likes to think, man, and all your Catholic priests, you understand, saying that God can't make a choice. This is the problem with Christianity. It's the arrogance in the Christian church. The arrogance in the Christian church of them saying, them believing in their mind, right, that they could tell God what to do. They could go and tell God what to do, saying that he can't make a choice, that he can't have just one specific race. He has to love everybody. You understand? When that is a lie. That is a lie according to the scriptures. I know you want to put God in your pocket. You think he's your own personal little genie. You understand? You think you could tell him when to come out and tell him what to do, right? He has to love you unconditionally, and you don't have to obey this God, which is very arrogant, you understand, on our part, as Black, Hispanic, and Native American people. That is very arrogant for us to say, right? This God has to bless us. This God has to love everybody. And not only that, but right, our people, right, are so big on saying, well, I can't keep the law. I can't keep the law because I'm not perfect. But you can't keep the law. You can't do what God says, but you want God to do what you say. And that is very, very arrogant on your part. Go ahead.
For thou art an holy people unto the Lord thy God. The Lord thy God hath chosen thee to be a special people unto himself.
Now the Lord thy God has chosen thee to be a special people, man. Right? Like I tell my son, he's special unto me. You understand? He's special unto me. Meaning he only matters to me. You understand? And that's what the Lord said. Now to say that the Lord can't make a choice. The Lord can't make a choice. Let's put this into perspective, right? Let's say you go into a orphanage, right? An orphanage, and you choose one orphan out of there, right? You choose one child to take home with you, to love, to raise up to be a good person and protect and raise them up and love them. Now, are you wrong for choosing that one child? Right. Are you wrong for choosing that one child out of that orphanage? Why shouldn't you have chosen all of them? You understand? Because it was you that made that choice. Nobody can make you make a choice.
Right.
Nobody can make you choose all of them. So how in the world do you think you can make God choose everybody when He is the creator of heaven and earth, man? He is the creator of heaven and earth. And you think you can make Him make a choice? Now, you would say you're not wrong for making that choice. You chose that one orphan, you know, understand, to love, to bring up, and to protect. Now, you're not wrong for that, so how are you going to say God is wrong for doing the same thing you're doing? You think you're more mightier than God? You think you're better than God? That you are holy and you are holier than thou because you got an orphan and you raised them up, and you think God can't do the same thing? You think God can't adopt one nation of people because He loves them and them alone? He just said He did. God just said, I have chosen you. And none of you silly Christians out there can make Him choose any differently. No matter what you say, no matter what you do, God has made a choice. And there is nothing you could do about it. Go ahead.
The Lord thy God hath chosen thee to be a special people unto Himself.
That's you. That's our people, Black, Hispanic, and Native American Indian people. We are that chosen people that are meant to be special unto the Lord. Let's read on. Go ahead.
Above all people.
Do what?
Above all people.
Above all people, man. Above all the people. You understand that? That's not equality. When you have one race of people that's above all the other people, that is supremacy. That is supremacy on the earth, man. And that's what God wanted for us. That's what God wanted for our people. That's what God wanted for Black, Hispanic, and Native American Indian people. To be above all people, man. Read that part again.
The Lord thy God hath chosen thee to be a special people unto Himself, above all people that are upon the face of the earth.
You hear that? That is not equality. There's one thing all of our people need to understand in this Christian church. You've been led to believe that there was equality in the earth. When these so-called oppressors have showed you time and time again that there is no equality on this earth. During the time when they said all men were created equal, guess what, Black men, Hispanic men? We were slaves in America. They was talking about themselves. They wasn't talking about us. God said you are above all the other people. He's talking to a specific people as well. Just like the oppressor was talking about his own people. God is talking about His own people.
That's right.
And we are meant to be above all people that are upon the face of the earth. If I could, go on. Let me get Psalms 147. Let's go there real quick. Right? We see so far, right? We see so far that God chose a specific people. He chose this specific people, and He wanted them to be above all the people on the face of the planet, man. And that is supremacy. That is one race of people being better than every other race of people. And that is us, Black, Hispanic, and Native American Indian people. We also saw where the Most High God wanted us to be separated. We saw where the Most High God said that we should be segregated.
That's right.
Severed from other people. Now, we're starting to see a little theme here, right? We're starting to see a little theme in the Bible. Let's go on. Psalms 147, verse 19. Go ahead.
The book of Psalms, chapter 147, verse 19. He showed His word unto Jacob.
Now, the Lord is now saying, I showed my word unto Jacob. Jacob is the forefather of the nation of Israel, right? Because why? Because he has chosen Israel to be the father and God of Israel. That's why Christ said, our Father, which art in heaven. Christ was a Jew. Christ was a black man from the tribe of Judah. You understand? And He said, our Father, being very, very possessive, man. Christ was being very, very possessive. He said, our Father, man. You understand? And God just said, I showed my word unto Jacob. Now, let's take this into perspective of a father. Now that we know, right, that God is our Father, right, he chose us to be our Father. Now that we know that, we can understand him through a father's perspective.
Yes, right.
You understand? He said, he showed his word unto Jacob, man. So that's like me telling my son, hey, I'm telling you. I'm not telling everybody. I'm telling you. That is exactly what God did to us.
Right.
Go ahead.
His statutes and his judgments unto Israel.
He said his statutes and his judgments unto Israel. Nobody else. You understand?
Right.
He gave, now let's take this once again as a father, as a parent, right? We tell our kids our rules in our house. We tell our kids how they should conduct themselves in our house, in our presence. That's what God just said to us. He just said the exact same thing to us, man. He said, look here, Black, Hispanic, and Native American Indian man, I'm gonna show my word to you because I have chosen you. Go